Now, early empire, that was about the Magadha. So you will find that, guys, ki from 600 to 300 BC. So from 600 to 300 BC, Magadha was ruled by 6 dynasties. So from 300 to 600 to 300 BC, मगध was ruled by 6 dynasties. तो मगध पर कुल मिलाकर के 6 राजवंशों ने शासन किया. अब देखो यहां पर बेसिकली आपको मौर्यंस के बारे में ही क्लास 12th में पढ़ना है. लेकिन मौर्यंस आए कैसे? क्या मौर्यंस अचानक से आ गए या मौर्यंस हेलीकॉप्टर से आ गए? तो ये सबसे पहले जानना जरूरी है, इसलिए मैं आपको पूरी डायनेस्टीज के बारे में थोड़ा थोड़ा बताता चलूंगा, सो दैट यू शुड नो कि हाउ द मौर्यंस केम इन पावर. नहीं तो अगर आप एनसीईआरटी पढ़ेंगे फ्रेंड्स, वो डायरेक्टली मौर्यंस की बात करता. मौर्यंस पढ़ना भी है क्लास 12th में, लेकिन भाई मौर्यंस आए कैसे? मौर्यंस, व्हाट लेड द मौर्यंस टू कम इन द लाइमलाइट, दैट वी विल डिस्कस फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, सो दैट कि आपका एक कॉन्सेप्ट बिल्डिंग भी होता चले. दैट इज मच नीडेड फॉर योर सीयूईटी एग्जाम, कि आपको यही नहीं पता चलेगा कि ये आए कहां से. तो डायरेक्टली मौर्यंस कैसे आए, कैसे उनका काम बना, वो सारी चीजें पहले हम लोग समझेंगे कि हाउ मेनी डायनेस्टीज रूल्ड ओवर मगध. So Magadha, guys, right from 600 to 300 BC, you will find that it was ruled by 6 dynasties. So Magadha was not ruled only by Mauryans, it was ruled by 6 dynasties including Mauryans. So the dynasty that ruled Magadha, the dynasty that ruled Magadha, the dynasties that ruled Magadha. First is Haryanka. Then Shishunaga. Third, Nanda. Fourth, Mauryans. Fifth, Shung. And sixth, that was Kan. So these 6 dynasties, they ruled over Mauryan time to time, that is between 600 to 300 BC. And after the decline of Kanva dynasty, what you will find that कि the last ruler of the Kanva dynasty, who was Shusharma, he was defeated by Andhra Satavahan ruler Simuk. And when Andhra Satavahan ruler Simuk defeated Shusharma, then finally the grace of the Patliputra, the grace of the Magadha ended, and then the power transferred to South India. And when Gupta Empire will come in Magadha, then again it will regain the old status of Patliputra. So again Magadha will become the center of power, and again Patliputra will get its lost charm. So this is how the 6 dynasties that ruled, and due to the weakness of this Kanva dynasty, then finally they were being attacked by Andhra Satvahans, and due to which their position deteriorated. Now guys, you will find that ki first dynasty that ruled, that was Haryanka dynasty. Now if I talk about Haryanka dynasty, so Haryanka dynasty, the founder was Bimbisara. So founder was Bimbisara, and he declared the capital as Rajgriha. So he declared Rajgriha as the capital. So he was the person who declared Rajgriha as the capital. And you will find that, my dear friends, you will find that ki Bimbisara, he was the person who knew the importance of regular and permanent army. So he was the person, he was the first king. He was the first king of ancient India. So he was first king of ancient India, who kept regular and permanent army. Who kept regular and permanent army, therefore was called Senier. Called Senier. So he was the person who kept regular and permanent army, therefore he was called Senier. And regular and permanent army was the need of the time. Before this, the army used to be there, but it was not regular or permanent army. So whenever the king needs army, they used to assemble the people, and especially the army or the auxiliary people, they used to come to serve as the soldiers. They were maximum peasants. They did not have a proper military training. And when the Bimbisar kept the army, they were given proper military training and they were always ready to fight the war. So that was the condition when he gave a concept of regular and permanent army. And you will find that he was a friend of Gautam Buddha as well. So it is said that Bimbisar, he was a very dear friend of Gautam Buddha as well. And you will find that Bimbisar was killed by his own son, Ajatashatru. Bimbisar was killed by his own son Ajatashatru, and Ajatashatru killed him to become the next ruler. And Ajatashatru, after Ajatashatru, it was Udayin. And Ajatashatru, after Ajatashatru, the next ruler who came as a ruler of Haryanka Dynasty was Udayin. And Udayin, what he did, he also killed his father Ajatashatru to become the ruler. And Udayin, guys, he was the follower of Jainism. So he was the follower of Jainism and transferred the capital of Magadha to Patliputra. So he transferred the capital of Magadha from Patliputra. So he was the person who shifted the capital, and you will find that the last ruler of Haryanka Dynasty was Nagdashak. And Nagdashak, he was killed by his minister Shishunaga. So Nagdashak was killed by his minister Shishunaga. So this is how Haryanka Dynasty ended, and a new dynasty will come in power, that is Shishunaga. So next dynasty that I am going to discuss with you is Shishunaga Dynasty. So next dynasty that I am going to discuss with you is Shishunaga Dynasty. Now guys, if I talk about Shishunaga Dynasty was founded by Shishunaga himself. So the founder was Shishunaga. And important rulers were Kalashok and Nandivardhan. Kalashok and Nandivardhan, they were the other rulers, and last ruler was Mahanandin. Last ruler was Mahanandin, and he was killed by his military commander Dhananand. So he was killed by his military commander Dhananand. So he was killed by his military commander Dhananand. Yes, that was Jaldurg. Definitely he constructed a fort around the Patliputra. He definitely, Shri Bhati, he constructed a fort around Patliputra. So last ruler was, so Mahanandin was killed by military commander Dhananand, and Dhananand established Nanda Dynasty. Nanda Dynasty. Now guys, if I talk about Nanda Dynasty founder was Dhananand, and the next and last ruler was, sorry, founder was Mahapadma Nanda. Oh, 1 second. 1 second, my dear friends. So founder was not Dhananand, it was Mahapadma Nanda. So founder was not Dhananand, it was Mahapadma Nanda. So it was Mahapadma Nanda. So founder was Mahapadma Nanda. Mahapadma Nanda, and the next and last ruler, was Dhananand. So next and last ruler was Dhananand. And Dhananand, why he was what happened to him? So Dhananand was not being killed. So it is said that Dhananand was removed. So Dhananand insulted Chanakya, who was professor in Takshashila University. And the revenge of insult was taken by Chandragupta Maurya, who removed Dhananand, from Magadha Empire. So you will find that, my dear friends, Chandragupta Maurya did not kill Dhananand. He removed him from the throne of Magad. That was a bigger insult than killing. Once you kill, it is bit obvious that in war, one person is defeated and one person is killed. But if you remove the king from the kingship and then you let him live, that is the more painful condition for a ruler. So what he did, he removed Dhananand from the throne of Magad. So finally he was being removed. And then came the new dynasty, that is called Mauryan dynasty. So then came a new dynasty, my dear friends, that is called the Mauryan dynasty. Then came a new dynasty, that is Mauryan dynasty. Mauryan dynasty. Then came a new dynasty called Mauryan dynasty. And Mauryan dynasty, who was the founder? Mauryan dynasty, who was the founder? So founder was Chandragupta Maurya, and other important rulers were Bimbisara and Ashok. And Ashok was the greatest ruler, and Ashok was the greatest ruler of the Mauryan dynasty, and the last ruler was Brihadrat. The last ruler was Brihadrat, and Brihadrat was killed by his military commander whose name was Pushyamitra Shunga. So that was Pushyamitra Shunga who killed the Brihadrat. So Pushyamitra Shunga killed Brihadrat, and then a new dynasty came, that is Shunga dynasty. So then Shunga dynasty came, and Shunga dynasty founder was Pushyamitra Shunga. He was the follower of Brahmanism. So founder was Pushyamitra Shunga, and the last ruler was Devabhuti. So the last ruler of this dynasty was Devabhuti, and Devabhuti was killed by his minister, and the minister was Vasudev. So minister was Vasudev. So Shunga dynasty also ended, and after this the last dynasty that will rule, this will be Kanva dynasty. Kanva dynasty, who was the founder? Founder was Vasudev, and the last ruler was Susharma. Last ruler was Susharma, and Susharma was killed by Simuk, and Simuk was the founder of Andhra Satavahan dynasty. Founder of Andhra Satavahan dynasty, and Andhra Satavahan dynasty was ruling in the South India. And their capital was Pratishthan or Patan. So when Simuk defeated Susharma, so what happened, my dear friends? Ki the power, the prestige of Magadha and Patliputra, that eventually went down. So when after the defeat of the Kanva dynasty, there was shifting of power. There was shifting of the center of power. Earlier the center of the power was Magadha, then it shifted to South India. So power shifted from North India to South India. So power shifted from North India to South India, and during the time of Gupta period, you will find that again there was shift of the power, and again Patliputra and Magadha will become the center of power. So during Gupta period, again you will find that Patliputra will regain its lost glory. So during Gupta period, Patliputra will regain its lost glory. So my dear friends, am I clear to all which dynasties they ruled over the Magadha for a period of time? So we have discussed right from Bimbisara, that is Haryanka dynasty, till Kanva dynasty.
अब एग्जाम की तैयारी को और बेहतर करने के लिए हमारे चैनल को लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें।